Are you serious? Are you serious? Very concerned about what's happening down in Louisiana. Well, I'm concerned, I've been for a long time, that the government is trying to take over all of the ability for organizations to help one another. I mean, they're stopping people from feeding the homeless if you're not contracted through the government or pre-approved. They're shutting down, arresting people with soup kitchens and trying to stop churches from distributing clothing or supplies. Well, we've got some reports from a guy right down there in Louisiana. Very disturbing. I'm calling this the Red Cross ripoff. This is just a couple of posts about what the Red Cross is doing down here, and many, many more. Just something that needs attention. People down here are fed up with all the hoops they have to jump through just to better to donate to the churches, so the communities will get the actual donations and they won't be thrown away. Get what's happening, folks. Forget my own experiences. My daughter had a bag of clothes, nice washed clothes. They were washed for distribution, was also turned away because it was a Red Cross facility. These people don't have any clothes, shoes, or basic needs. We're donating clothing, but because it's not sanctioned by the Red Cross, it gets tossed. Heidi, there's the other articles that you read that I don't see. Well, I can't read them, they're so small. Oh, thank you. Here's what a registered nurse says. She says, so as we were headed back home from the River Center in Baton Rouge from volunteering our nursing services, Dawn and I have come to the conclusion that neither one of us will ever volunteer or donate to the Red Cross again. The Red Cross basically takes over the shelters and starts refusing clothes and donations and various volunteer services unless they are previously contracted. So what does that mean? Well, 60 boxes of donuts were discarded this morning because the delivery vendor did not have a contract with the Red Cross and the federal government. Hot meals were refused because the entity providing it was not a contractor of the Red Cross. Medical supplies, including medications, were trashed for the same exact reason. Clothes that were donated need to be left on the street unless they were furnished by the Red Cross. And as of tomorrow, the shelter that we have been working in has been completely taken over by the Red Cross, other than the medical area, because they couldn't actually have room. The room was rented by the LSU and has a contract with the state to provide medical care. It's sad when the military police were helping to protect the medical areas from the Red Cross when there are so many other issues at hand. Anyway, next time you want to donate or volunteer to services, do your homework. And what they're saying is use the local churches. And the local churches don't try to coordinate with the Red Cross because they just throw your stuff away. They just shut you down. And it isn't just local churches that are being shut down by the government, but soup kitchens, homeless shelters, trying to feed the homeless on the street, trying to help these people in disasters. What the government is doing, folks, this is the police state. This is why it's a police state. They don't want us helping each other because they can't control us. They want everything controlled by the state. Your food and water distribution has to come by and through the state, by the government and in the government agencies. It is a police state mentality. It's a nanny state mentality. You can't live without us. That is their mentality. You won't make it without the beast. You will follow the system or else. And they're already starting to use that. They don't care about the crisis. If you think the federal government cares about Louisiana, then why is Obama on his 10th round of golf since the flood? And he had to finish that vacation in Martha's Vineyard, God forbid, because he had golfing outings scheduled with top global elitists. They don't care about you Cajuns down there in the mold-infested, snake-infested, rat-infested swamplands from the flooding. And the Red Cross, I'm sorry, it's a loss. Church, and those of you who aren't saved, come to Jesus. We got to pull together. We have to work together. Lay down all your little doctrinal issues and problems with one another. Stop the denominational division and understand what is really happening right here in the good old US of A. I'll be back with more current world events. Don't miss today's broadcast. Give your life to Jesus Christ. It's getting crazy.